Everybody seems to forget the customer. Who is paying the bills? Who? It's the customer. It will be like, oh, phew. If you keep your promises, then people will like you. Who would have thought? I'm lost. I'm being sarcastic. I'm not lost. This is common sense. In this video, we're going to look at the top metrics to use to improve customer experience. My name is Dominic. I've been a customer experience guy for 15 plus years now, 12 years as Zendesk consultant. We're Zendesk partners and resellers, and I am the owner of this CX agency. And you can see the Zendesk partner page here, where we have a bunch of testimonials about our services. There's a ton of metrics out there, but in today's video, I'm just going to focus on customer experience. So customer experience people, if you're a customer experience person, customer experience manager, or if you're passionate about the domain, as I am, it doesn't really matter if you use Zendesk or not. These are bread and butter for customer experience. So customers come back to you and they want to buy more and they tell their friends and family. Now, if you're a business owner or you're a customer service manager or a Zendesk admin or work in operations, this is also very important for you, but you might have slightly different metrics that you care about because, of course, you report to somebody who cares about these metrics. But in my view, these are the most important ones that you can ever have because everybody seems to forget the customer. Who is paying the bills? Who? It's the customer. They come, they load their trust on you and as well as their credit cards, and you better deliver. If sales is the heartbeat of a business, then customer experience is the lungs of the business because recurring revenue is like a steady flow of air coming in where you can survive. And you can try out some of those amazing sales techniques, to get an even bigger breath of air. All right, I divert. Anyway, I'm going to present 4 metrics, and I'm going to present them in Zendesk and also how to look at them. Number 1 is first reply time. Now, why is this one important? Because we start with humans, right? Humans are humans, and they want attention. Most people do. We are social beings, and we like to interact with one another. If we entrust somebody with our confidence, like, I trust in you, so here's my money, give me the thing that you promised that you would, and you deliver that thing, and everything is seemingly according to plan, maybe that customer has a question. So first reply time is that time where the customer is like, I bought this stuff and it doesn't seem to do what it says it does. So first reply time is from the moment that this customer tries to reach out to you via phone, via chat, via email, via anything. It's important for them to be acknowledged. Like, oh, you're having this issue. I see. If you acknowledge the customer that they have a problem and you firmly assume responsibility, I will fix that for you, and you do it fast, it will be like, oh, phew. So that's what you want. You want people to feel relieved when they talk to you, when they do business with you. Now, if you can see my Zendesk, I go here to the 4 squares and I go to analytics. These are pre-built for you. This is a ready-made dashboard. So I'm just going to go to the support dashboard in this case. There's many others, but this is the default one. I'm going to go to efficiency and I'm going to see first reply time and resolution time. So first reply time, this is where you see it. It's in support tab in efficiency, and then first reply medium. This is as easy as you see it. This has already been built out for you. If you already have experience with Zendesk, then this will just refresh your memory, but this is where you see it. And now for the best practices for this, if you use asynchronous channels like email, forms, and API requests or whatever, however you send them, first reply time should be below 2 hours. Now, if you use live channels like chats, it has to be below 1 minute. And if you use phone, guess what? Below 1 minute. Number 2 is resolution time. Just as first reply time, the resolution time of a ticket is important to be done within the time frame that you give the customer. It is important to give out expectations. It's important to tell the customer, I need 2 days or I need a few hours to fix this. If you thought, is it for me to keep my promises? Then you are correct. Yes, if you keep your promises, then people will like you. Who would have thought? I'm lost. I'm being sarcastic. I'm not lost. This is common sense. That's why I like this domain so much, because it so much relies on common sense, which is the hardest thing to do in a business. And I'll explain why. Now, I'm going to go back to my screen in Zendesk, and I'm going to go to the 4 squares. I'll go to analytics again. I'll just open the same support dashboards. I have a list here and the supports, and then I'll go to, the efficiency, not tickets, but efficiency. First resolution time. So this is the one that I'm looking for. Full resolution time here. In my case, it's 0.5 hours. The number that you see on the screen right now shouldn't tell you anything because it depends from business to business to niche to niche. You know, if you're in the food delivery business, obviously you need to answer fast because people's food is getting cold. For most support requests anyway. If you're in the car insurance business, for example, you need some more time. You need maybe a few days because you need to talk to a partner and you see, legal terms on somebody else and legal terms on your side, and then have legal people talk to each other. So this takes time. This costs time. Now, if you haven't been in business for 2 minutes, then you kind of know how much these processes take. So if you know something takes 2 days, tell the customer you need 4 days to fix it. They will somehow feel like, oh my God, 4 days, I dislike that. However, you fix it in 2, you give them the answer, you tell them that you fixed it in 2 days, and they'll have a nice surprise. And you've exceeded expectations. Thank you. Oh my God, this was actually sooner. I like these guys. So this full resolution bit differs from business to business. Even two businesses in the same niche, this is going to be different. All right, so now I'm going to tell you why this common sense thing is easy to forget. When you start out your business and if you don't have a mindset of, I need to please the customer, you just start a business, you have a fine product, you release it out there, and people like it because it's a good product, and they buy it because you do some good marketing. That's great. But then in this process, of making this product even better, which is the hallmark of good customer experience, good products, right? You hire a marketing team, you hire a sales team, you hire an operations manager, you hire 2 operations managers, then you get a customer support team. By the way, this is very late if you got it now. But anyway, you have to train all these people, create procedures, and to have a research and development. Oh my God, there's so much stuff you have to go through in running a business. I should know. I have a service business and it's hard as hell as well. What I'm trying to get to, where is this guy trying to get to? Is he lost his mind? No. The thing is, you forget about the customer. You forget about these common sense things. Those things you keep adding in your head and you keep saying to yourself, I'm going to remember this, and then you don't because you have so much other stuff to think about. This is one of those things, and this is why it's important to remember and to do well. This is why I'm making this video. Oh my, I feel sorry for you guys. I'm sorry I keep rambling like this. All right, my next point is going to be contact drivers. All right, contact drivers or types of requests or contact reason, whatever you want to call it, you need to have an idea of what your customers are writing to you about. This is a prerequisite. This is Primark important stuff. In my analytics here, I have my 4th icon here, and it's called reports. Click new reports, and you click supports because this is what I'm interested in. Support tickets, and then I'll just start reports, and I just put tickets. All right, this is super basic. And then on columns, I have 96 tickets graded. And then I'll just put the contact reason. Here we go. Contact reason. Boom. Apply. And I'll just go here in filters and edit time ranges. And I will put this from the beginning of time. Simple. All history. Apply. And here we go. I have my contact reasons here, general question, invoice, order flow, etc. I want to go here and see this as a pie chart. Looks terrible as a pie chart because I don't have too many tickets that I've used this drop down in. So this is a drop down that I should use on tickets, but I don't. I just created this for testing purposes, and here it is. It's empty. However, as you can see, the pie chart is pretty big, but you do have 2 tickets with some stuff in here like general inquiries, invoice, and order flows, etc. So it's important to see what people are reaching out to you about. From this one, a lot of other metrics unfold. If you have some of them and you identify which are very repetitive, you can create knowledge-based articles to answer these questions that customers have. An AI can take this information and have a conversation with the customer and answer inquiries they might have which are repetitive. What I recommend is for you to make mandatory that whenever an agent solves the tickets, they have to choose the contact reason. This doesn't matter. You can just set it and forget about it and just come back a few weeks later and you'll see how nicely this gets populated. And it will just give you ideas. Okay, so many people are reaching out about orders. There must be an issue with billing or delivery, or let's change the delivery partner in the area. Or we have a spike in product complaints and we had a new release and the product has quite a few bugs and we have to fix those bugs. The next metric is spikes. Yikes. spikes are what happens to your graph when you have a lot of incoming requests during some time of the year, some time of the day, some time of the week. Some companies have a lot of traffic in the evening, some of them have them during the morning, some of them have them during the afternoon. Some of them just have them when they have a new release, and that's it. However, it is important for you to identify spikes. So now, let's go to Zendesk. Let's go back to analytics, and let's go to support, and let's just scroll down. So, look, this is super important. Like tickets created by hour, average tickets created by day of the week, and then tickets created by date. When you look at this, you see that during this time of 11 a.m. and 12 p.m., I have most of my tickets coming in. All right. This means I have a spike. This means that during this shift or during this time, I should have one or two more people there. Why? Well, because of first reply time. I don't want people to wait too long. Remember what we said is important for people to be acknowledged that they have an issue and yes, sir, we'll fix it for you. Don't worry. Yep, it's during this peak hour. So you need to identify in order to decrease the first reply time. Now, if we move our attention here to the tickets by week, I can see that on Thursday is my biggest issue. On Thursday, I have the most tickets created. Oh my God, this is not good. So on Thursdays, because if I don't want to overcrowd my people and if I want my customers to feel good about themselves of doing business with me, then I see that on Thursdays, I need to have, 1, 2, 3, 50 more people to answer requests because that's when I have the most tickets for some reason. Now, of course, this could be a spike because of a bug that appeared or a release. So nevertheless, you have to identify why this is happening. If it's not something isolated, then it's something that happens day to day. So you need to supply some more workforce during that time. Of course, the same thing with tickets created by date. If we scroll a little bit lower, you see here on November 6th, I have most tickets. On the regular days, it's flat. It's like as per usual. Nevertheless, this is super important. You can, of course, use the workforce management tool from Zendesk, which is even better at this. It supercharges this. This will come in a different video, but this is also fine. Workforce management is for larger teams, like 20 plus people, fits well in 50 plus people teams, and is really useful. But until then, you have this, which is a great starting point. Now, some conclusions. I know that before you start throwing Molotov cocktails at me and rioting outside my window, I know there's a ton of other metrics which are important to you, and I agree, that is true. But these are nevertheless some of the ones that are the pillars of good customer experience. And if you just pay attention to what I've said and you relate it to your own environment, you see that most of everything around your business, in order to make these things good, the metrics that I mentioned earlier, first reply time, resolution time, contact drivers, and peak times, in order to make these efficient or get these to the best possible place that they can be, everything else has to shift around them. You have to shift everyone's mindset to care about the customer. You have to shift the development team's efforts to make stuff which is not buggy. You have to ask your salespeople to be true, to not just try to sell something for the sake of selling it, but actually setting up the correct expectations so when the customer buys, then they won't have a surprise and like, oh, what the fuck did I buy? Then you have to convince maybe your C-suite to start spending money on better software because you have a lagging one, which is cheap but doesn't really help you. It only works against you and you hire more people, not fixing the customer experience. So yeah, tell me the metrics that you care for in customer experience and I'll be happy to discuss that with you in the comment section. In the meantime, I will see you in the next video. Bye.